Why do some online communities disappear almost overnight, while others survive for years? The answer isn't luck. Strong communities are built on an architecture most people never see. Hype can build something incredibly fast. Thousands of people can arrive because of one viral moment. For a little while, activity can make almost anything look like a community. But attention is temporary. When the excitement moves somewhere else, the crowd moves with it. If nothing deeper was built underneath, the so-called community suddenly becomes very quiet. This reveals an important difference. An audience watches something. A community participates in something. One depends primarily on attention. The other develops relationships, responsibilities, and shared identity. Think of a great community like a building. You notice the beautiful things first, but what determines whether it survives is usually hidden underneath. Its foundations. The first foundation is purpose. People need some reason to gather beyond simply watching a number go up. A community must eventually answer one question: why are we here? Purpose doesn't mean everything has to become serious. A meme community can exist around humor, creativity, and friendship. What matters is that participation means something beyond speculation. The second foundation is culture. The jokes people understand, the stories they remember, the traditions they repeat, and the strange little things outsiders probably wouldn't understand. An inside joke might look completely meaningless from outside. Inside the community, it can represent months or even years of shared experiences. That makes it a tiny piece of culture. Communities also tell stories about themselves, how they began, what they survived, who helped them, and what happened along the way. Eventually, those stories become part of their identity. That creates the third foundation: memory. A community without memory keeps starting over. Lessons disappear, contributions are forgotten, and newcomers have no way to understand what came before them. But when communities preserve their history, something changes. Old posts, artwork, videos, discussions, and records become evidence that the community existed before today's conversation. The fourth foundation is participation. Healthy communities give people ways to contribute. Someone can write, someone can make art, someone can organize, someone else can simply welcome newcomers. Not every contribution needs to be enormous. Sometimes answering a question, sharing someone's work, or making another person feel welcome strengthens a community more than people realize.
That's so true, baby lady.
Exactly. Participation changes identity. Someone who arrives as a spectator can eventually become a contributor, and once people help build something, they have a reason to care whether it survives.
That's beautifully said, baby lady.
The fifth foundation is trust. Communities cannot survive indefinitely when nobody believes anyone else. Trust grows slowly through consistency, transparency, and people repeatedly doing what they said they would do. Trust has an unusual property. It may take years to build and minutes to damage. That's why credibility becomes one of a community's most valuable forms of infrastructure. The sixth foundation is distributed leadership. If everything depends on one person, the community has a single point of failure. Durable communities gradually create more people capable of carrying responsibility. Strong leaders don't make themselves permanently indispensable. They teach, document, delegate, and create opportunities for other people to become capable. That makes the community stronger than any individual. The seventh foundation is ownership. Not merely owning an asset, but feeling that the community itself belongs partly to the people who contribute to it. This becomes especially important online. If an entire community exists only inside one platform, its history and relationships can become dependent on decisions made somewhere else. Social platforms are excellent for discovery, but durable communities also build places where their knowledge, history, and identity can persist instead of disappearing endlessly down a feed. Incentives matter too. Every system rewards certain behavior. The question isn't whether incentives exist, it's whether they encourage creation, cooperation, and contribution, or only short-term extraction. Great communities also develop rituals, regular events, traditions, celebrations, patillas, or recurring conversations. Rituals create rhythm, and rhythm gives people reasons to keep returning. No architecture eliminates conflict. Put enough humans together, and disagreement will eventually arrive. The important question is whether the community has enough trust and maturity to survive it. Difficult periods reveal what was actually built. When attention disappears, prices fall, or excitement fades, communities discover whether they had foundations or merely decorations. Quiet periods can actually be useful. Without constant noise, builders can document history, improve infrastructure, create art, develop ideas, and strengthen relationships before attention eventually returns. And sometimes attention does return. But now something is different. Newcomers don't arrive at an empty trend. They discover a living culture that continued developing while nobody was watching. Purpose, culture, memory, participation, trust, leadership, ownership. None of these guarantee survival, but together they create something hype alone can never manufacture: resilience. So when you look at an online community, don't only ask how big it is today. Ask what will remain when the crowd becomes quiet. That's where the real architecture begins.